All right. Hey, hey, hey. What is up, world? So, we're here in good old LIB, and it's the rainy season. So, it is coming down like nobody else. I know I'm not going to get too many people watching this only because of the time difference, but let me show you guys. It's coming down out here. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It kind of reminds me when I was a kid. I was like, we were here when I was 2. And I was going to the bathroom in our house. And it was raining like this. And the lightning went out like crazy as I was walking to the bathroom. We had one of the family friends sleeping on the couch. And I ran over and jumped all over him. And man, it just takes me back just right there. But this is cool. I'll tell you like this. I will take a rainy day or a rainy season over snow any day of the week. Snow season, I should say. Hey guys, what's up? Tex and Wendy, what's going on? Mandy Art. We're here. It's funny. I guess this haven't figured out that I'm also chief in Americano, so I can go live here, but I still can't go live there. Thank you guys for coming on and saying hi real quick. This is just an update. I'm showing everyone that it is the rainy season in LIB right now. So I decided to pop off a few hours ago and has not even thought about slowing down. Yeah, so it's interesting out here. I like it. Also, one of the things that people don't know about this country is their electrical grid isn't the best. So at night, we actually usually, hey, what up? At night, we actually we turn off the generator that supplies electricity. So depending on where you live, or well, for most people, during the day, you got some electricity. At night, you don't have any. And at night, it gets nice and humid. As it gets humid, of course, the mosquitoes come out. And the mosquitoes don't play. Let's just say some of you may know we were going back and forth earlier this morning because basically from 12 to 6 a.m. it's like getting attacked. But it's all right. All part of the journey, right? That's pretty cool. So again, I said earlier, I think it's hilarious that they work so hard to censor, and yet they haven't figured out that I'm actually both me and Chief. So I still can't go live on my other public page, maybe because it reaches more people, who knows. But hey, we're going live here, and we're still gonna just call things as I see it, share my experience, and hopefully you guys enjoy my perspective, you know. No, you know what? No, they don't use mosquito net. You know, I think because, like, for the most part, it's like anyone's normal house. It's not like in some other places where they don't have insulation or anything like that. But it's a lot of times it's just because of the heat. And you know, when you turn off like the air conditioning or a fan, and you don't have any cool air. And you don't have any cool air, the mosquitoes like to hang out, like to get all over you, you know. All I'm thinking too is like, man, I wish I had some mosquito repellent to rub on. But hey, this is the first time that in a night that it even went this nuts for me. Oh, for the first time. Usually it's actually pretty chill, and I've been to a few places because nothing is. Well, that's not fair. So many things are spread out. Most of my family lives all over the country, so spending a few nights in different places gives you a different experience of the country, and yeah, so more times than not, I got I was able to be in places where at least they were able to stagger some of that so that it wasn't completely warm the whole time. And then, but my cousin lives in an apartment complex. This is the first place I'm staying that is an apartment complex, and so they have to decide how they're going to use it, turn it off for a while, all this, that, and the other. Also, one thing I found out here is that the government been trying to make it look right, and the new president actually turns on the light. Alec, my guy. They turn on the main street, which is Tudman Boulevard, where a lot of the main shops and everything on. At night they turn it on, so like if you're a visitor and you're driving around, it looks like kind of any other city. But if you go into the community, that power is pulled from them and then put into those lights to make it look like things are okay. It's kind of messed up, man. There's so many different little things here that we take for granted in America. I think that a lot of it may seem as like the little niceties, but we can adjust like anything else. I don't know if many of you, Liberia, West Africa, I don't know if many of you seen the videos of just walking in the markets and meeting those kids from my mom's home village where she was born. But for all the niceties we do have in the current climate, and not counting the weather, they're living. They're living. They're enjoying each other. They're looking at each other's faces. They're living. It's only a few that are falling for all this that's going on. Of course, most of them are at the head of government, but the people don't have time for it, man. They don't have time, and it's something that I noticed. It's like we have time back in the States to worry about somebody trying to convince kids that they're not the sex that they are. That something that to me is akin to pneumonia is ending the world. That anyone that is of a different race somehow dislikes me because I'm black, or anyone who's white, I should say, hates me. All these, we overlook the homeless situation. There are all these things, and yet I think to worry about, as they say, first world issues, or worry about nonsense. When you're here and you're seeing the level of poverty that people really live in, and you're seeing you see kids playing like the little waterways that they have there, and it looks like a landfill. And yet I hear on the radio they keep saying, oh, masks and social distancing, and I'm like, how about we try cleaning up the landfill? How about we try cleaning up the beaches, the beautiful beaches that are here? We gotta worry about mass social distancing for something people are like the flu. I mean, I'll show you guys something right now that this is happening, because this is what people do, is that it's raining, and because water is scarce to a certain extent, like it's not the same systems we have back home. We have like this lady's out here collecting water from the rain so she can use it later. I think, like, for me, the last 2 days I took a shower with a bucket. Yeah, it was in a tub, but it was a bucket. Pour it over your head and wash, and it's fine. You do what you got to do. But we really have it good back there, and we're just, we're spoiled, man. We're so spoiled. We let ourselves be afraid of cold. I mean, these people went through Ebola. everybody look up Ebola and see what happened. Yeah, Liberia, and it's like, yo, it was real stuff, real stuff. It wasn't a joke, and they're consistently, going through, especially the trash around here. It's that there's no real sanitation, or the sanitation department is extremely limited. Just to get from one part of town to the next is extremely limited. Half of roads aren't completed, but you have CDC setting up it's a huge area. They're taking over this huge area from that the government gave them. I don't know if America's exactly doomed there, Goose, but we gotta wake up, man. And I'll tell you like this. The other side too is this is the second time I've been here in my life. I came like right after I was born. Well, my mom brought me because I didn't have money. So I came back when I was little. We left when I was 3. Came back in 2017. Fortunate enough to shoot a film here about the history of the country, which was it was one of those things that was mind blowing and life changing. And now to be back here for this funeral that ended up reuniting a lot of our family that hasn't been together in this country in probably 25 years. That's been amazing. But there's also a lot of opportunity to help here as well. And going back to my mom's village and seeing, never really even heard about her, but seeing my grandma's grave right outside of the house that my mom was born in. It's like, whoa. And then seeing how these people are living, where the standard is something in which most Americans or most Westerners will look at and say, wow, like, oh my goodness, like this is crazy. How can they just survive here? And people come in and try to be heavy-handed, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, nah, man, they have that joy, and all we need to do is collaborate with them. And I would say fill in the gaps of a few things that could help life, not necessarily to at least try not to get them into that same spoiled place that we are currently fighting right now. Or you can you can have everything at your fingertips and yet complain that the world somehow or your country somehow owes you something more. Come here and you see who should be deserving of what. But each area has its relativity. The film is called Providence Island. It's named after the island that when the former slaves came back from America, they landed on Providence Island. I met the indigenous people. I played Flomo, who was one of the indigenous characters that fell in love with one of the former slaves who they came here as aristocrats. They brought that same system here of the same hierarchy, class warfare that we're facing right now. You're trying to teach your grandson this? Well, if you're Andre, if you're in LA, man, just take him to Skid Row. That'd teach him some real shit. Yeah. Hey. Oh man, Mr. Tolbert. There it is down there. I'm Joseph Tolbert. He's actually one of the actors that was in the movie with me when I was here last time. Amazing guy. Where you at right now? You let me know. I think you're somewhere in the States, but Oh, you're in Baltimore? Shit, you got plenty of examples in Baltimore. And go take them there so you can see that. That's the thing. That's the other side, man. We got to stop living in theoretical space when we have. The good thing about America too is you have the ability to go anywhere and see exactly what you need to see. I know in California, in Southern Cal, or if you're in San Fran, if you want to see that homeless problem, pretty easy. But there's joy here. There's real joy here, and they hold on to it, and hopefully, I want to bring something back to the country that would uplift it, whether it's schools or just art, you know. And talking to my cousin and maybe a few others, and who knows, maybe we can do something here in that capacity to lift the culture, because there's something, as we're watching how easily people can be manipulated by media and by entertainment, that same manipulation for negative, that same manipulation can be used to encourage, can be used to show people that they are worth something more. It can be used to have them take a shot at on themselves and continue to explore and build. I mean, the ingenuity that I see here with people that quote unquote have nothing, it's breathtaking. It's breathtaking. And now you give just a little bit of infrastructure, just a little bit of opportunity to move forward with that. Man, this country, this is something I know my cousin who works in government, she tells me, and they say it all the time, is everyone says here, Liberia has so much potential, so much potential. It's sadly been used by outside forces for a long time. And so here's the hope in that the people and those Liberians around the world can come back home, and help build it back up, because it's here, it's ready to go. It's literally ready to be built. And it's something to think about. It's definitely something to think about, because like I believe all high tide raises all ships, and so there's something that I can do here as well as everything else going back in the States. Like, yeah, liberty and freedom, it does. I can do something here and back in the States. Like, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. But until then, guys, I thank you so much for checking us out. Remember, people out here and anywhere else, when it's the rainy season, they collect the water. In the morning, they go out and pump the water, from whatever their community in. They have their pumps, and so they pump that to have water for the day. So we got to, we do have it really well. We have it extremely well. So yeah, guys, I'm going to see if I can get a ride to where I need to go next, if it's possible, and just continue to enjoy my time here, chronicle it. I'm definitely going to put out like a video of like all the different things that I've experienced here, the tapes and videos. It's been really, really, really amazing. If any of you haven't been outside the country, go visit. If you have ancestors in different parts, or you know where you're from, go visit. Your history matters. And we've gotten to a point, and this is all part of structure, where Joseph, the trip is about my uncle farmer. He passed away a few months ago, and now the family could get together and do the funeral. And we also were able to do a releasing of the ashes of my aunt, which was amazing. So we got to do a lot here as a family. And it just reminds you, like I said, your roots matter. I will. I will. Roots matter. History matters. And it's not something that we need to live in the past and say, well, because of that, I can't. It's something you go, everyone who's here today survived harder times. Their ancestors survived harder times. So what can we do now? We owe it to ourselves to continue to build on top of, not destroy and forget. We have to build on top from a place of hope and a place of, hey, we did it, we got through. I mean, this country was in 20 years of civil war. Can you imagine if they just sat there like, well, people killed each other, kids were involved in that stuff, so we can't do anything else. But no, they want everything that everyone else has, you know. They want to not use a generator and have working electricity all day. They sit there and they play soccer on the beaches right next to the trash, but you know what? They're going to play soccer because they love it. They get together and hang out at the little bars, even though it's like one TV that may shut off when the light on the main street comes on because certain people want to uphold a front. But they stick together and they enjoy each other, regardless of that, because they understand it's not about hating each other. The powers that be make it harder, not them. They do what they can. They survive. They come out every day. They're out there today, even in the rainy season, in this rain, just to continue. So, you know, we gotta, no one's gonna save us but ourselves, and that's everywhere, guys. That's not just here in Liberia, that's back home especially. And back home in the States, it's weird because like now I'm feeling home is here as well. You know, I landed and it feels right away, but back in the US, like, we have more ability to save ourselves than they do here. And they're working harder to continue to live and connect with each other. Maybe missing some of the stuff that we have, but it kind of goes to show, like, what's the real priority? Got to get those people off the streets. We got to start these wraparound services to help with the homeless. We got to start teaching our kids about finances and family to be successful. Not pronouns and racial hate and do anything. But hey, that's enough here for me. I am going to again figure out if I can get a ride into the city. And much love to all of you. Thank you for coming. And I will, yes, family is everything. I will, Mr. Tolbert, who was actually our last, no, not our last, before the takeover, he was the last president that like did a great job. Tolbert, I know it's no relation, but I'll give him some props here. He was the last president here of Liberia that the education system and had it in place, had it just working like a modern metropolis. So we can come back here in Liberia. We can come back anywhere. The human spirit is strong. We've been through so much worse than we've been right now, with so much less access. So let's remember, it's always we the people first, even if it's just an American statement that's in our Constitution. But ultimately, anywhere that works, it's always we the people. They don't even have Uber here. What you talking about? There's no Uber here. No Uber. No Uber. I did tick-tick. You know what tick-tick? I did tick-tick. We're going to town. We see what we see. I love you guys.